I think that is being able to make it so believable that he can actually do all of these things.
I love you.
So, Jason, you have been with this show from the very beginning.
Yes.
I go so far as to say you are Small. In terms of, the way you puppeteer Small, the things he does, and the lengths that you go to make his physicality really bold and imaginative. I mean, that's really unusual, isn't it?
I think so. It's all part of the illusion that he's an actual living thing. It's just part of character. It's all just a deepening part of character, and I think that resonates with people clearly, obviously. So, and that's why it's fun to do. And just be honest, like puppets are fun to do things that you wouldn't normally do them with. So have them run up a wall, and Small gets to do all that stuff. He gets to climb over things. He gets to flip. He gets to jump and play, and those are the funny things. You want to throw a puppet in the air because that's just funny. It's a well-conceived idea as far as characters go, because you have your thoughtful kind of guy, and you have your sort of thinking and dreamer, and then you have your wild crazy guy. So I think it's a perfect balance. I tend to do that kind of guy, the one that's crazy and wild and slightly selfish, unfortunately.
Why might that be?
I don't know. Maybe I could be slightly selfish, but not meaning to be. It gives me an opportunity to be that, which I'm not normally. I think that's really what it is. It's the complete opposite. So in that case, that means Todd he's completely selfish and horrible in real life, and then big he plays. No, I'm kidding. When you get to have those, you get a lot of cathartic sort of moments out, and for some reason, that's why I like being Small. And I think it gives you a chance to be a bit, naughty and slightly bratty and that kind of stuff, which I like to do. He's naively that way, in a sense. He does it with no thought of badness or sarcasm or any of those kinds of. He's just that, and that's what makes it pure and lovely. That's what I think. So that's what redeems him in the end.
Actually, the comedy is genius. The 1, 2, 3, the going back for the helmet, going back for the weight belt, and back for the dancing through him, huffing and puffing with the weight belt. But the brilliant part was we had magic hour all day. That beautiful moment that you try to catch, those 2 hours that you get as the sun sets. Wait till you see the shots. They're just fantastic. It was magic hour all day on set. So they had the brilliant moon hanging in the sky, and big and small, big's carrying small again, and they walk off towards the house, that was the most magical ending. It was good. It was one of those lovely little chill moments. And what was lovely about that episode too was it really captured, and they all do in some regard, but that one really, for me anyway, captured what it is to be a kid. I felt it with that one, and we all talked about it with that one, that it was, that's what you do. You sit in a car, you sit in an old junker in a backfield that isn't going anywhere, but it does. You sit in a rocket ship that's not taking off, but it does. Or it will next week, or it will next month when the moon's full again. And that's Kathy gets that so beautifully.
It does take off in your imagination, doesn't it, when you're a kid?
But with us, and this is what's lovely about it. The scripts transport us right back. I mean, I got chills with that when I was reading it, when I was going through, because I'm like, oh yeah! It brings you back to that beautiful, innocent, joyful period when you're not concerned with anything but getting that rocket ship to the moon.
Yeah.
And see, Kathy really, the scripts really get that. It's been a lovely, lovely batch for sure. Yeah, it's been good. The boys are back. It's lovely. It's lovely.
You are Big and Small, or the voice of Big and Small.
I'm both big and small in the UK, yes. I'm sure there's another black guy dotted all over Europe and the Americas doing exactly the same.
How do you, as the UK Big and Small, find the two? I mean, how do you approach doing two different characters?
It's great. I mean, what came in very handy is that I've done lots of radio. So having done sketches on radio where I play all the characters, I'm used to sort of doing a pass first doing this voice and a pass doing this voice. So it's, but it's fun, it's very, very big fun to do. And it's very fortunate that I make myself laugh.
And where did your voice for Big and Small come from? Was there a definitive, this is how I'm going to do big or small? Or
I wanted them. Well, my initial thing is always, because I'm from the Midlands, I'm from the Black Country, which is in the middle of Britain, 100 miles from Liverpool, 100 miles from London, 100 miles from everywhere. And everybody talks like this in the Midlands. Hello, how you doing? All right? Yeah, I'm fine. And I've never really seen anything, a cartoon. Or, Steven Spielberg never has a scientist or a quantum physicist from the Midlands. Here's our expert. Hello. Well, the black hole is going to suck up Earth and we're all going to die unless we come up with a solution. They never have a person from the Midlands in anything. And I always push for that. And they always go, yes, that's yes, all right. Try something else. What about if it's from up north? And I always get sad because the Midlands is up north. And this was the first time they said, oh, that's great, do that. So both Big and Small are from the Black Country. So they talk like this, or like this. It's great. It's brilliant.
And lots of people theorise or say that that Small is like the child and Big is more like an adult in the relationship. But do you see that, or would you say that they both have
a very healthy childlike enthusiasm for things? But I would say that Big's the one in charge, really. Big's the one who provides the structure, and I think it's a very accurate thing in the way it's structured, in that it just shows very simply about manners and about respecting people and about waiting your turn and being selfless as opposed to being selfish, and how nice it is to receive a gift even if it's not really the gift you want. Also things like not being scared to say you're scared of something. There was a very funny episode last year about Small wanted to go on a sled ride from a very high hill, and when he got up there he was very, very frightened, and it was just the thing of backing down, of it's all right to back down.
Know your limits.
Yeah, know your limits, yeah. It's a very clever show, I think. But they're great characters and they're a joy to play.
You are Ruby the Mouse in Big and Small.
Yes, I do the voice of Ruby for this, and I do the English version and the American version as well.
How have you approached Ruby as a character?
Any part you play has quite a lot of yourself in it, and also people I know who are like her. She's quite a strong person, which I think is great. She's not in any sense wet. Although she has this very high voice, and one trouble I find is to get enough inflection into the high voice. When your range is quite limited up at the top, it's harder to let the emotions show through. And for instance, today I was doing something where the script required me to whisper, and whispering at the very top range of your voice is incredibly difficult. So yes, I miss the modulations you can get when you're not restricted to a certain band of notes, if you see what I mean.
Yes, yeah.
But I really like the character. She's tough. She's a strong person, and she won't take any rubbish from them. She tells them off when she's cross or if they overstep the mark, which I think's great.
And overall, would you say you've enjoying being Ruby?
Oh, very much, yeah, very much. Yes, it's a privilege. She's a great character. She's a great character, and I think the puppeteer is very good. There's lots of subtlety in there, and the scripts are very funny. So yeah, no, it's a privilege to work on.